A man at the center of a scheme that overcharged police departments all across Minnesota by more than $750,000 has been sentenced to jail. But you may be surprised by the time he'll be serving. Investigative reporter AJ Legault has the latest in a year-and-a-half-long investigation we call double billing the badge.
His name is Jerry Werner, the former fleet manager at Nelson Auto in Fergus Falls, charged with theft by swindle after a KARE 11 investigation exposed how police departments were being systematically overcharged on things like squad car spotlights and heated mirrors.
Double billed.
Double bill.
At first, it may seem like small change, $187 here, $53 there. But we found overbilling at every department we checked. And this state audit, after our investigation, documented overcharges dating back to 2010 to departments statewide on 3,000 plus vehicles, totaling more than $803,000. Double billing even Werner's hometown department, the Fergus Falls PD.
This was going on a long time. Were you intentionally trying to rip off police departments? Were you incompetent, sir, or are you a crook?
Werner wouldn't answer our questions back in 2017. And he tried to dodge our cameras after a recent hearing. But these court records reveal that employees at Nelson Auto knew about the overcharges. One telling investigators she challenged Werner, saying what they were doing was morally wrong. But besides Werner, no one else at the dealership was criminally charged.
So in Minnesota, just what's the punishment for ripping off taxpayers in a multi-year scheme?
As part of a plea bargain, Jerry Werner was offered a deal. 30 days in the county jail with the option of work release and 5 years on probation. The good news? As part of the plea bargain, Jerry Werner had to pay back the commissions he made, part of the big refund checks Nelson Auto has been sending out to law enforcement agencies statewide.
And our continuing investigation identified hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of other questionable billing that was not part of those criminal charges. A legislative audit remains underway.
All right, great job. Thank you, AJ.